And if we're strong enough and we don't allow the fears to overwhelm us, then we can indeed Hey crew, welcome to the Spiritual Social. I'm Lexi and I'll be your guide in this tarot pickacard reading today, which I decided to focus on the topic of what makes you feel at home in the world. This has been a collaboration between my current experiences of feeling rather unsafe in the area in which I live. For some reason, Saturn in Pisces has been all about awful neighbors. I keep bumping into them and they keep disturbing my inner peace. But I am working through these aspects, and then a subscriber came and requested a reading about how can I feel more at home in the world. And I thought, okay, this is beautiful. This is synchronicity word by word. So let's combine my lived experience of trying to create peace of mind and safety in my environment with this subscriber's idea. And this is how this reading was created. I thought of giving you a choice of 3 different archetypes, which are taken from the wonderful Wild Unknown Archetypes Oracle by Kim Krantz. I highly recommend that you have this deck in your collection if you are an occult practitioner, spiritual seeker, or if you just enjoy tarot and oracle decks. It is an amazing deck to have. Even if you are a psychotherapist, you can use it in your work with clients to try to provoke insights and to try to bridge an opening into the unconscious mind, because the symbols that I have chosen for you today are not random. I consciously have selected them as places in the world that can make us feel safe, but that can also make us feel quite frightened and alone or isolated. So I have here for you, group 1, we have the cave. For you, group 2, we have the forest. And for you, group 3, we have the mountain. So these are 3 places in the world which have been considered by Marie-Louise von Franz. She is a Jungian analyst, a badass Capricorn sun, who has been applying psychotherapeutical knowledge to the interpretation of archetypes and world stories, folk tales, and fairy tales especially. So I'm just working my way through her first book on fairy tale symbolism. And she mentions how the cave, the forest, and the mountain are spaces through which we can find an opening into our unconscious mind. So I hope that in this reading today, I can stimulate your emotions. I can help you maybe tap into some unconscious aspects. And I can also give you maybe some tips, some advice as to what can make you feel safe and at home in the world. Believe me, this has been my lifetime's work as well. I was born with a stellium of planets in the 2nd house, and the 2nd house is the house of material safety, how the body feels in the world. And I can tell you with Saturn there, I have been experiencing a deep lack of physical protection and a deep feeling of unsafety. So I had to begin from scratch, from nothing, to create my body, to create a good relationship to my body, and to feel safe and at home in the world wherever I could find, in whichever way I could muster up the energy and the minimal resources that I had to make myself feel safe. So if I could do it, I'm pretty sure that you can as well. And I hope that you found this mini chat inspiring and not at all condescending, because that was not at all the intention with which I am aiming to create this reading. So following this chat, I hope that you had time to look at the images and to see which archetypal place pulls you in the most. For you, group 1, I need to say that maybe you may want to work with Unakite, because I have this crystal over here, which is very good for breakthroughs and really tapping into your unique personality. And I kept bumping the cave card into my Unakite crystal. So that is just an additional message for those of you who really actually stayed with me throughout the entirety of this introduction. Without further ado, let's jump straight into your reading and see what can make you feel at home in the world. Hi, group one. So this reading is for those of you who are drawn to the cave archetype. Let's find out what can make you feel at home in the world. Okay, I'm already getting something about mother. The mother, whether that is your own mother, being the only person that can make you feel safe in the world, and maybe repairing your relationship to your mother. Or this could be by you becoming your own mother, you can have a better relationship with yourself and also with the world. So learning how to mother yourself, even if you were raised by a narcissistic mother, an evil mother, a mother that somehow harmed you more than she helped you in life. By repairing this relationship you have to your own self, by nurturing yourself, by mothering yourself and other people, you're able to build a sense of safety in the world. But these are the cards that dropped. So we have here the Page of Pentacles blocked. We also have the Two of Swords. I also can see here the Three of Pentacles. And it's also blocked, and it's sitting next to the Strength card. Okay. I clearly see that there is a problem here with you finding people to collaborate with. And I feel that this problem comes from you. There is a sense of wounded pride that you have been nurturing throughout most of your life. And this is blocking you from collaborating with other people. There is a fear that if I begin to join a group, if I join a club, if I am part of a community, somehow I will be taken down. So you keep yourself away from collaborating, from joining groups, from rallying people around you, although you have a lot of charisma and potential, but you keep people at bay because of wounded pride. You may have been raised in a family, which is the first social group that we know, right? The first community that we're part of. And you may have been raised in a family where you were constantly put down, constantly criticized, constantly told you're not worthy, you're not good enough, whatever you're doing, it's bad, it's wrong. So you learned how to rely on yourself. You became so efficient at self-reliance that now you are reluctant to collaborate. But being a fortress on your own means depriving yourself of the benefit of community. And we thrive in life by being part of communities. Having the support of a group can not only make you feel safe in the world, because there are more people willing to jump in to help you if danger appears, but can also elevate you. You know, you can get ideas from other people, you can get help, you can delegate your responsibility so you don't have to do everything yourself. And that's how you thrive, that's how you grow, right? By getting other people to chip in, by allowing other people to give to you, to take care of you, by giving of yourself to others, by supporting others in turn. But I see that there is this problem here, whereas you don't believe that you will be respected and valued for who you are if you collaborate with other people, if you join ranks. And this is a false belief that was created as you grew up. It may also be a received belief, especially if you grew up as part of a community that was ostracized by the general population in which you were born. Maybe you grew up in the only Jewish family in the neighborhood, right? And everybody else was Christian. Maybe you grew up a small group of Black people in an all-white American community. Maybe you grew up in apartheid, right, in South Africa, for example. So you're very aware and conscious of the difference between me and them, right? Or us and them. And it's kind of like you develop this sense of pride and belonging and identity that is built on very shaky foundations, because when you create your sense of identity as opposite from somebody else that you see as different, other, and the enemy, then if the enemy starts to show you qualities that you also have, wants to get to know you and proves to not be as threatening, in this process of bridging rather than separating from what is different from you, your whole identity will collapse. So that's why it's important to build your identity on things that you share in common with other people, not necessarily only on what makes you different and special and unique and othered. Yeah. So you may have received these things, right? Most of them you were born into. They weren't things that you necessarily wanted to feel or to think. But mama and papa and the preacher next door and the doctors and the teachers at school taught you that you should stay in your lane, that you should be a member of your class, that you should be aware of race, that you should, stay in your gendered identity. And you may not be at all any of these things that people have raised you to believe you are. Yeah, so this is about creating your sense of identity, Leo energy, strength, inner values, by now allowing people to enter into your life and collaborating with them, working with them, opening up bridges of commerce and understanding and knowledge with people from communities and spaces and backgrounds that are very different from your own. So maybe working with international people, maybe working with people that are from a different religion than you, from a different racial background, allowing the space to be created in which you can cooperate, learn from each other, trade, barter, and grow together in the end, I also see here that you tend to be a little bit undecisive. There is a feeling here of sitting too much on the fence about issues. And by the time you make up your mind, the opportunity is snatched from beneath your eyes. The Page of Pentacles talks about feeling like you never had enough, feeling like you're never financially prepared to join something, to be part of a select group of people. You may think that not having wealth is holding you back from feeling safe in the world, when in reality, this is an identity issue, and it's an issue related to how you allow other people to come into your life and work with you, to collaborate with you. Look at all the opportunities you have said no to in the last, let's say, 2 to 3 years. Go back and think, would you act differently now after you listen to this reading? Would you act differently now? Would you reconsider the opportunities that were given to you? And these opportunities, please consider them widely. They can be in love, people that have been trying to date you. They can be professionally, a job opportunity, a business collaboration with somebody, an opportunity to gain an extra stream of income, maybe an opportunity to enhance your studies, get a degree, get a further certification, or an opportunity to travel, to make friends, to go and experience something different. And coming back to this energy, which is really interesting, the Page of Pentacles kind of makes me feel that you're sabotaging your chances of feeling safe and protected in the world by not allowing yourself to make mistakes and to tell people, yeah, I don't know how to do this. I really don't know how to handle my money. I don't know what's going on in my daily schedule. I am a little bit messy. You are afraid to admit these things to other people because you are worried that they're going to be used against you, that people are going to think, I'm not going to work with you if you're messy, or if you admit that your finances are a bit out of whack. But the interesting part is that the moment when you put yourself in this beginner's mindset and you say, okay, I admit to myself, I don't know how to do this thing. I don't know how to earn extra money. I don't know how to organize my finances. I'm struggling a little bit with my daily schedule. I'm struggling with my discipline. All the qualities that are contained in the Page of Pentacles, right? Which is this young person that is just beginning on their professional path. This young individual, this naive person that has a lot of potential, but it hasn't been realized yet. You are afraid to be this person. You are afraid to be naive. You are afraid to say, I don't know. You are afraid to ask another person for advice related to how can you make money? How can you get wealthy? I'm not, okay, wait, hang on a minute. Don't quickly go to purchase some sort of weird bros, get wealthy quick course. Stay with me here, okay? Because I feel like a lot of you would be trigger happy. Oh, I need to buy this course that I just saw advertised on TikTok about how can I make money fast and live my wealthiest life in Dubai, okay? Be careful of financial chimeras. This is also, again, the problem here. If you struggle with these issues, it's better to admit them to yourself and ask for help from individuals that are around you, from people that have been already established, they have years of experience, and also from your peers, your co-workers, the people in your environment that are dealing with material issues, financial aspects, So instead of being aloof, instead of being in two minds about something, instead of being locked in a wounded sense of pride, like a big cat that after a little bit of a squabble over food, the big cat retreats into the cave and doesn't want to come out anymore because it has been wounded by another big cat. Instead of adopting that kind of mentality, get out of the cave. Your wound has healed and try again. Try to hunt again. Try to communicate again. Ask again. If you haven't been heard the first time, try it again. You have nothing to lose. Absolutely nothing to lose. So collaborating with people, allowing people to guide you in terms of how you can become a better worker, how you can organize your schedule, how you can be more disciplined in terms of income, money. What should I do with the money I'm earning? How can I be better at saving for my, pension, or for a down payment to my house, or to buy a car? I really need to clear off my debt. Talk to people. There are so many people out there that are willing to help you. Believe me. And the problem here is to think that because you were raised in a specific way, because you had to deal with really unsavory people in the past that hurt your pride and have wounded your sense of identity, that doesn't mean that everybody else that you're going to meet from now on are going to be evil people that will mirror the same kind of energy. They will only do that if you remain unconscious. But the more you awaken and the more you become aware, okay, now I understand that this is my pattern. If you're brutally honest with yourself and you admit certain uncomfortable truths to yourself, you will see how the people around you are going to become more lenient because they will see the humanity in you and not this arrogant pride that is lurking in your shadow, right? Because you may not even be aware. You may think, I'm just a schmuck, I'm just a simple Joe, simple Jane. I never think of myself as being, but maybe other people see this in you because you are not aware of this. They see it in your shadow. And then people have weird reactions to you and you're wondering, it's like, why has this person behaved with me in this way? Shadow. Yeah, shadow energy. Your shadow will only grow bigger the less you try to integrate it, the less you try to talk to it, the less you want to get to know it. Yeah, in the cave we meet our shadow. Caves can be very good to provide us with shelter. They have been the ones that have rescued our ancestral ancestors from attacks from dinosaurs. But they can also be places that are suffocating. They can be very damp, very cold, very you can easily get lost in a cave. You can easily slip and hurt yourself or get stuck in one of the crevices. caves also contain a lot of minerals, a lot of crystals, a lot of treasure. Yeah, so the more you explore it, the more treasures you find out. But you also have to be careful not to be stuck too much on self-exploration and to reject other people. Because sometimes we learn the most about ourselves by coming in contact with other people. And now let's see your oracle cards. We have here the Anchor, and the number 35 could be really significant. We have here Peace, and we have the Raven and the New Moon. And we also... this card. This is the wild boar of your nightmares. It's an incredible card. I haven't been using this deck too often. I should be using it more often because this card surprises me as well. I'm not very familiar with it. So we have here the element of fire, number 7, which is the number of God, the number of divinity. It is also the number of spiritual challenges and tests, okay? People who have the life path or life destiny, number 7, are people who are kind of in a way pressured by life to become more spiritual because they have to learn how to forgive other people, how to let go, how to live in a more frugal way, not so materially minded. But because they do this, they are coming closer to God and to energies out there that are beyond the reach of a common person. Yeah, so maybe you're a life path 7, fire, and the wild boar. It could be that you're born in the lunar year of the boar, right? Or it may be that you are a fire sign, Aries, Leo, Sagittarius, because we have fire here. Do you see the physical strength of this animal? And again, wild boars are usually used in the search for truffles. So they sniff, right, the damp earth in a forest to try to find these delicious and highly expensive sources of nourishment, because truffles are very hard to find and you need a boar to guide you into this process. That's why they're so expensive. So I feel that there is a balance that needs to be struck here between finding your peace among other people and then retreating into your own energy and being by yourself, because I feel like you guys are mostly introverts and you really recharge when you are by yourself. I see here with the Anchor that what you need in order to feel safe in the world is to learn to trust yourself more and to learn to trust other people. And when I said that, my throat just shut down, completely shut down, which can tell me how much pent-up emotion lies there in this process of you being able to trust other people, to trust the world. Yeah. The raven is an emissary that can help us communicate with the world beyond the veil. I see a lot of ravens, especially right now in autumn. I'm filming this in the month of November 2025, and it's very foggy outside and the leaves are falling from all of the trees, and then you just see the ravens sitting up in the trees with this foggy, dense, kind of like grayish sky. They are a sight to behold, but they are such elegant creatures. They're very smart. I always, when I walk past them in the park, because I take a walk in the park daily for my own health, I always say we honor Hecate when I pass by them. just in case, you know, because sometimes ravens can attack you. It happened to me once, like one of them just flew behind my back and put its claws into my head when I was going through a period in which I was completely dumb to my own intuition. And it's almost like this raven kind of flew in and attacked me to try to get me to wake up and follow my intuition already. So I'm immensely grateful to that raven who kind of shocked me into awareness. I hope this doesn't happen to you, but I see very strongly here that working with the energies of the new moon, so trying to build better habits, trying to become more disciplined, trying to find safe places or things that anchor you into safety around each new moon cycle, and we get that every month, that's going to be very healing for you, yeah, with the raven here. So the wild boar and the raven are your spirit animals. Whenever you see them, whenever you get in touch with them, you can feel safer in the world. And the anchor, you maybe even, I would recommend that you get a tattoo if you're into that, or that you get a piece of jewelry, like maybe you wear some sort of like necklace that has an anchor, because this can also remind you of how you first need to find a home inside of yourself, and then it will manifest in your surroundings. So kind of not wanting to escape yourself, not wanting to run away from who you are, from your emotions, from your desires, from your dreams, and just feeling proud of who you are without isolating other people, feeling proud of who you are and sharing this light with other people. That's definitely going to increase your finances, make you feel safer in the world, because you will have a community that supports you, and we all benefit in terms of our mental health from the support of other people. And it's also going to make you feel anchored. So no matter how many winds blow on your ship's seas, you will still find something that supports you, something that keeps you stable in the chaos of life. Yeah. I hope this helped. I'm going to end the reading here because I'm realizing it's quite long. Thank you kindly for listening, and I'll see you in my next one. Hi group 2, welcome to your reading. So this is for those of you drawn to the Forest archetype card. We're going to find out what can make you feel safe in the world, what can make you feel at home in the world. The Forest is a really interesting place because it's a place of adventure. A lot of fairy tales begin with a trip through the forest, or contain in the middle portion of the story our hero or heroine running through a forest, or getting lost in a forest and discovering all sorts of allies and foes and magical creatures. So the forest is this place of wonder, adventure, but also deep, frightening things. It is said that in order to get in contact with the archetype of the great forest, you must spend at least one night in a forest scared out of your mind. It's some sort of like ancestral shock therapy, if you ask me. But it can do wonders for our psyche to be able to come in contact with our deepest fears. Group 2, your reading got interrupted by some loud drilling that spontaneously happened outside of the building in which I live. I actually went on Instagram and I filmed a live in which I'm sharing with you guys the noises that interrupted my reading. This has been happening frequently throughout my work, and I'm really sorry that it happened in your reading. Maybe the interruption is significant, but what I will tell you is that I'm not going to give up. I'm here for you, and maybe you need to hear this. Maybe you need to hear that somebody is not giving up on you. Maybe that is part of the process of feeling safe in the world. You need to be surrounded by people that are not going to give up on you, no matter what. So with this in mind, and coming back to the Forest archetype, let's see right now, with the help of tarot, what do you need to know? Let's see. So we have here the Chariot. We also have here the 8 of Cups. We have here the Ace of Pentacles, and we also have the 9 of Pentacles. I definitely feel that you are being in some way guided to move away, to relocate, to find a better place for yourself, to set up tent in a better location, in a better environment. The place where you are at the moment is not helping you achieve your goals, grow, or thrive. I see that there may have been a big loss, maybe a financial loss, maybe you lost a family member, you lost something that was precious to you. You could have even forgotten who you are. There was an identity loss. You don't want to walk away, but it would be in your interest to do so. It would be better for you to relocate. I see here with the Chariot that movement, traveling, is what will make you feel at home in the world. There could be here an indication that you may want to invest in a mobile home. Maybe you need to buy an RV or an old school bus and you're going to transform it into a home on wheels. Maybe traveling is going to help you make friends, come in contact with other cultures, different ways of living that are going to make you feel that the world is actually a friendly place. It's not at all how the news are representing it. This has been a shock for me too, going out into the world and actually finding that the comfort of strangers is a real thing rather than the stranger danger that I was raised to believe in. I see here Cancerian energy. The Chariot is Alexander the Great vibe. And Alexander the Great was a conqueror. He was an explorer. He was a person with a phenomenal intuition, a very good a person that could gather information not only from what people were saying, but also from how they would appear, what they would do. He was very good at reading body language, at least from my interpretation of the accounts in which he appeared and the decisions that he took. So like a Cancerian, he used his intuition alongside with his logic, and he figured out a way to bring empires as part of his conquest plan, to bring them to their knees, if you want to put it like that. I see here full moon energy guiding you along. I feel that if you decide to move, to relocate, you will be guided by this inner light. Your path will be made clear, even if you don't know where you should be relocating or moving. The important thing is that you move. I also feel that if you are okay with the home and the place where you live, if there are no big issues or problems that you need to leave behind or walk away from, this is an indication that to feel more at home in the world, you need to feel more at home in your body. And to do that, you need to be less passive. You have to put your body into motion, right? So this, for some of you out there, because this is a general reading, for some of you out there, this is about relocating completely to a different territory, moving home. But for others of you, it is moving your body, the home of your soul, right? Because our bodies are the homes of our souls. They are the physical embodiment of who you are as a spirit essence. So moving your body more, walking around, doing some cardio, running, swimming, taking the bicycle to work, or something of that nature. This is going to help you feel more at home in your body, and by extension, if you feel good in your body, you're going to start to feel good in your environment as well. Now, I see here some financial issues. I see that the resources are available to you, but you may not believe that you are in some way supported by them. 9 of Pentacles and Ace of Pentacles blocked. You are afraid of loss. You are afraid that if you move, you will not be in some way supported, that money will not be forthcoming. You are afraid that there won't be any opportunities for work, that maybe the place where you find yourself offers you, if not the best opportunities, at least some opportunities for work. While if you relocate, you're worried as to how will I make ends meet? How will I earn my income? These are all perfectly normal worries to have. But I think you could be exaggerating a little bit. If you look deep down inside of yourself, if you quiet your mind for just a little bit and hear me out, it could be that you're blowing things out of proportion because of fear. Because there is potential here. You are an individual that has a lot of worth. You're very skilled. You know how to do a lot of things. You are financially independent, and at least you have the potential to be financially independent. I stopped myself there. But in some way you believe that you can't do it on your own, that you always need the help and the support of other people. I have unblocked these energies for you. A gift is coming your way, an opportunity to earn your money in a different way than you have so far. And if you take it, this will lead to improved self-worth, a feeling that yes, I can manage by myself. In some cases, you are dealing here with a very domineering male in your life, could be a husband, could be a spouse, that you need to walk away from. Maybe there are some problems in your marriage. You don't feel safe in your home anymore. But you're worried because you don't know, how will I earn my income? Maybe you're a stay-at-home mom or a stay-at-home partner. And taking care of your spouse was your work. And now you're wondering, can I make ends meet on my own? Will I be able to support myself? Will I find a job? Will I be paid enough to be able to pay rent and to eat and to feel good, to feel safe? And I'm here to let you know that yes, the potential is here. The opportunities are here. These cards wouldn't have appeared if there was none. But because they appeared blocked, that means this energy is not yet available to you because you're not yet conscious of it. Yeah, so becoming conscious of your own power helps you tap into this energy. It will help you accept the gift, and it will help you feel confident, feel like, yes, I can take care of myself. Yes, I can make my own money. Yes, I can live financially independent of other people. And I can be comfortable. The lady in the garden, the Nine of Pentacles, is the lady in the garden that has everything that she needs. Wishes coming true in terms of money and finances. So if you take the challenge of the forest and you walk through the portal and you walk through the forest and face your fears, you are going to enter into a really beautiful meadow, a really beautiful, like spring-like formation in which you will feel safe and sheltered and like things are possible. Group 2, we're back. I feel like it's an effort to finish your reading, but once again, I'm not going to give up on you, okay? We're going to persevere. You may need to do a cleanse, because if I'm getting so many interruptions in your specific reading, Group 1 didn't have this many interruptions, and I'm not saying this to compare you to Group 1, but it's just to raise the awareness on the fact that these interruptions could be pointing us towards something important you need to hear. And this is that maybe you need to do a sage cleansing, yeah? Maybe you need to get some Palo Santo and some sage and burn the living daylights out of it, okay? Just make sure that the smoke surrounds your body. Make sure that you are taking a salt shower. Yeah, sprinkle some crystals of salt on your loofah while you shower. Make sure that you are toxins free. Okay, whatever that means to you, but make sure that you're not in altered states of reality as much as possible, because you have an important thing to deal with here. It's a fated event, an overwhelming event, which is about moving forward, movement, getting your wheels in motion, yeah? And walking away from something painful. This is even quitting a bad habit, such as maybe you need to let go of alcohol. Maybe you've been using wine and beer and other liquors as a crutch, you know? They are a quick fix to mounting anxiety in certain cases. So there's no judgment here. We've all been there. But it is a warning sign from the universe that your perception of reality as being unsafe is skewed by maybe the consumption of alcohol. And I'm saying alcohol because we have a lot of cups here, but it could also be prescription medication. It could even be excessively smoking weed, or taking other mind-altering substances, you know, to help you escape from the harsh conditions of reality. But all of these substances just give you a quick fix. They will not repair the issue, and they will only make your contact with reality get worse, progressively worse and worse. So do not fall for the illusion that you can escape reality, and the more you do it, the more reality is going to become bearable, because it will not. It will turn into a living hell. So please find healthier ways of coping with the stress that exists in your life at the moment. And one of these would be movement, yeah, getting things in motion. Now, your oracle cards, the dog. Oh my goodness. Oh, he's so adorable. So we're seeing here a pet. A pet could really help you. sticking to the daily routine of walking your dog could be very helpful, or maybe getting a dog so that the dog can help you go outside at least twice a day, because you're gonna have to walk your dog in the morning and at nighttime. So that's gonna help you. It will motivate you. You will have this adorable creature that's going to bark at you and jump in your lap to be taken outside at least twice a day. So that's gonna help you with moving your body if that is your goal. In other cases, if you have to leave a spouse, or if you have to walk away from people that have been harming you, and you are afraid of being on your own and being alone, a pet can really help you. Yeah, a pet will help you feel less alone, feel loved. Pets are so healing, and they don't require that much. It's not hard to raise a pet. All you need to do is give it food, a bit of shelter, and just a little bit of attention. And trust me, with such a face, it's gonna be hard not to give this puppy attention, you know. Or if you're not into puppies, maybe cats, maybe a hamster, you know, maybe, I don't know, rats, doves, whatever animal you feel drawn towards. We have here, in terms of animals, if you need more suggestions, we have the octopus, water energy. We have here number 7. This is unbelievable, because group 1 got 7, but it was the 7 of fire, the wild boar, and you're getting the 7 of water, the octopus. Octopi are very intelligent, right? They adapt very easily. And the other thing with them is that they are a bit boundless. Like they usually appear in readings where people need to establish better boundaries, yeah? So we have here, like, your environment at the moment is not supporting disciplined, the achievement of your goals in a disciplined way, yeah? Like, you need somebody to help you be more disciplined so that you can achieve your goals. Let's put it like that. But the environment in which you are kind of does the opposite. It's like you have an enabler that constantly tells you, don't work, don't put effort into something, live a little, have a glass of wine, you know, when you know you should be working, yeah? So with the wand that is being raised here, the logical course of action would be for you to take matters into your own hand, or at least into one of the tentacles, and separate. Draw that boundary yourself if it's not drawn for you, and just start saying no. No, I'm sorry. It's very enticing what you propose, but I know my limits and I know what I have to do, and I know that giving in to temptation is not an option for me now, yeah, because I end up losing more than winning. And the octopus is also carrying like the street lamp, felinar. What was the word in English? It escapes me at the moment. But anyway, there's this lamp, and this is a symbol of awareness, illumination, getting insights into the things that you're doing that are right and the things that you're doing that are self-sabotaging and detrimental to your growth. So the moment you become aware that, you know, this thing I'm doing is actually harming me, draw the boundary and just say, okay, I have to cut it out of my life. I have to stop seeing that person that brings me, you know, bad behaviors, that keeps me stuck in a pattern. I have to quit this habit because it's just not good for me. It's just harming me. Yes, developing a thick skin. Something that the octopus, well, it's not so forthcoming to the octopus. And then we also have here the fairy tale. And we have the moon. And this is really beautiful because I see that for a moment, like my mind went blank, also because I could hear something annoying outside. But I feel like what would make you feel safe in the world is for you to take a chance at bringing your dreams into reality, no matter how crazy they are. I feel like you are relying right now on things and people that give you a false sense of dreaming escapism. You could be a dreamer at heart. You could have a very rich fantasy, but the more you stay in codependent relationships, the more you stay attached to an addiction, the worse is going to be for you. The moment when you take an opportunity to rebuild your life, when you take the material opportunity that is being offered to you through a job, through an income, through a project that comes with a lot of responsibilities, and if you put the hard work into it, you will become financially independent enough to be able to implement your dreams. Yeah, you could be a person that, for example, you grew up with low self-esteem, thinking that you are only good to be the spouse of somebody or only the mother figure to someone, without really putting your skills into practice. And you could be a really good artist or a fashion designer, or maybe you're a very good storyteller. You have a hidden talent, you're very good at something, and you haven't worked at it, you haven't practiced it because of these limiting beliefs that you're only good at one thing, you know? And now it takes effort and it will take some struggle, but you are able to make it. And with the help and support of a loyal friend, of a person that will not give up on you, and even a pet that will show you what unconditional love looks like, you will be able to create your own independent material reality, different from the codependencies into which you were blocked, from the enablers that you hang out with. And you will be able to bring a dream or two of yours into reality. I'm going to end the reading here. And I would like you to really take good care of yourself. As I said, some cleansing is urgently necessary, okay? You may want to wear some bracelets, some protective bracelets. I have here regolite, this purple blue, or obsidian, yeah? These are protective bracelets that can help ward off negative energies and can help you tune in with yourself. Thank you kindly for listening. I do apologize for the interruptions, but they are instructive. I will see you in my next one. Hey, group 3, welcome to your reading. It's the same look, but it's a different day. I got so many interruptions with group 2 that I had to postpone the reading for the next day. So here we are. Here is your reading. This is your energy, which I feel is very different from the energy of the first 2 piles. We see here your symbol, the mountain. So you are drawn to this incredibly solid piece of rock, yeah? If you think about the mountain as, you know, just a very solid rock. Obviously, it's more than that. But the mountain represents climbing something, right? Climbing something to the top, and you're there and you've made it, and you get to have a phenomenal view. But at the same time, it can feel quite lonely at the top. It can feel quite alienating to be the only one that put all this effort and made it, and nobody around you celebrates with you or is able to understand your effort and your struggle. So what can make you feel at home in the world? The Fool. I feel that you need to get back to having a child's mind. I know this may sound weird advice, but naivety, being a bit more loose, yeah, loosey-goosey, being more playful, more prone to taking a risk. Because I have a feeling that you are this individual that put a lot of effort into whatever it is that you have in your life. It could be that you have your Sun conjunct Saturn, Capricorn ascendant, North Node in Capricorn. You know, you're just a very hardworking individual. But your discipline and your capacity to put a lot of effort in order to create results, like physical, material, tangible results, is at the moment blocking you from feeling like you belong among other people. And I feel that there needs to be a slight psychological shift in your mindset so that you can loosen up a little bit. You can even book an appointment to see a masseuse, you know, go and take a massage. Just relax your muscles first, because emotions work through the body, and when our body is relaxed and well fed and well slept, you know, taken care of, then our feelings change as well. Also, at the same time, whenever we feel angry or, when we feel sad, it shows in our body as well. Our body tends to be like low on energy, for example, or very like palpitations, heart racing when we feel anxious. So the Fool is an invitation to step outside of your daily grind, your very disciplined lifestyle, and do something a little bit reckless. You don't have to jump into a pit like the Fool does in the card, but you could, for example, take a trip to an unknown location, or try out a different type of food. Maybe go to the ethnic restaurant around the corner. That's what I'm hearing. So it could be that you may need to maybe even say yes to an opportunity that you feel could be a little bit risky, and see where it takes you. I'm not saying right now to be like really reckless and really throw your money out the window and burn your house down. God forbid. I'm not suggesting that, of course. But the Fool is about being a little bit, more relaxed about making decisions. You don't have to actually put so much effort in making decisions. You can sometimes just say yes to something that is not so well thought and see where it takes you. We see here the Four of Cups. What is blocking you from feeling safe and at home in the world is, again, the way in which you see reality and the way in which you see the opportunities that are available to you. I feel like you can be your own worst enemy, your biggest critic, yeah. And to a large extent, I can understand you, because you needed to have a really tough disciplinarian inside of you. You needed to have this harsh voice telling you, get up and do work and achieve your goals and, accomplish your tasks in order to reach the top of the mountain, right? But there comes a time in life when you have to put on a lot of effort and achieve your goals. And there comes a time in your life when it's almost like the reverse is happening. You have to relax, let go, rest more. Yeah? And I feel like you're on the precipice of such a cycle in your life. I feel like you, as you can see, the body of this woman is submerged in water, right? And in water, you can't move in water in a very straight way and kind of like, you don't move in water like you do on land, right? It's a viscous environment, so you have to kind of go around it, right? You have to go like this underneath it. You have to adapt to its flow. It's heavy. It's a heavy environment as well. A large body of water can be overwhelming if you think about it, right? So in order to not drown and to survive, you have to adapt by being a bit more flexible, not so rigid, and a bit more loose and relaxed. Your muscles need to unclench. There is a feeling of you needing to kind of take the elevator and go down at the bottom of the mountain and meet people there, right? Maybe even take them up, show them the view, share the view with other people, yeah? You don't have to be alone at the top. You can invite some friends to come and see you. So saying yes to opportunities that are not fully under your control, I feel like you sometimes say yes only to opportunities that you have created for yourself. It's like, I went and I talked to that person and I wanted to collaborate with them, and I asked my boyfriend or my girlfriend out the first time, and I know I can rely on them because I was the one who initiated, or I purchased my home and I know I did a good job because I studied and I planned and I researched and I saved up money. But sometimes opportunities come to you out of the blue. You see here, this conch, this seashell just appeared, and it's like, here, take this, take it already. And you're like, no, because I didn't create this opportunity. This opportunity came out of the blue. And what if it's a bad opportunity? Well, what if you take the opportunity and you have some fun with it, and you relax a little bit, and you see that it's taking you to a place that is even better than what you have imagined? How about that? How about allowing some surprise? Some, creative encounters in your life. We have here the Seven of Cups, and it is blocked. Yeah, you are very reluctant to take opportunities. It's increasingly becoming more like the message is underlined, and now it's like drawn with a Sharpie across the page. The Seven of Cups blocked, it's almost as if you feel there are no opportunities. There are no opportunities. I can't do anything, you know? But in reality, you have been saying no to a lot of them. If you search your soul, if you search your past, if you look at some of the decisions you may have made recently, you would see that people wanted to give you, but you said no, right? You had your reasons why you said no, but think about the fact that your life could be made so much easier if you just, instead of doing everything yourself, you kind of like let people help you, you know? We also have here the Knight of Pentacles. So it seems like you have a friend, a benefactor, somebody that gives very wise financial advice. This could even be a spouse. It could be like a childhood friend. I'm reading here for a large collective, so I'm getting like a lot of messages at the same time. I don't feel that this is a father figure or somebody that is older in a position of authority, but this is somebody of the same age as you, a Taurus, Virgo, or a Capricorn, or somebody that behaves like a Taurus, Virgo, or a Capricorn. And this individual really wants to help you, wants to support you, wants to give money to you, wants to make you meals, make sure that your bills are paid. This could be a romantic opportunity, and you're reluctant to take this romantic opportunity because you believe that this person is very traditional and may block you from enjoying your life, you know, may block you from actually helping you have freedom of movement, from achieving your goals. It could be that this pile was chosen by those of you who are very ambitious, yeah, and you have created your own fortune, your own wealth in life. You're going down your own path, yeah. I feel like you guys are also my highly educated crew. And for some reason, it's like at the moment you are receiving opportunities. Most of them could be romantic. Let me pull one more card to see. Is it romantic? Two of Pentacles. They are financial. They are work-related opportunities. They're not romantic. But you're reluctant to collaborate. You're reluctant to work for other people or work with other people. You're reluctant to maybe share assets or start something, start a project in which there are two bosses, yeah? You're reluctant to have another person kind of help you with this. So yeah, this is in turn draining you emotionally. And when you feel drained emotionally, obviously you're not going to feel like the world is a safe place, like you feel recharged or replenished by your environment. So live a little, yeah? Live a little. Take an opportunity to create money together with a partner. This person is very trustworthy, okay? The Knight of Pentacles, they know, you know, they're the person with a plan. They know what they have to do in order to help. They are incredibly good at providing sound advice, like this is what we need to do, and this is what we can do, and this is how we are going to get our resources, and I'm going to talk to this person, and this is the amount of money we have. We can multiply it if we put some in a savings account and we get like a really nice interest. I'm going to go and negotiate with the bank, and you know, that's the kind of a vibe of a Knight of Pentacles. A very pragmatic individual, you know. May even ask you from time to time, did you have anything to eat today? You know, it's not healthy if you don't eat, you know. Are you warm enough? So an individual that is very focused on your physical needs. And when I said that, I pushed the camera. I feel like some of you could be literally disgusted by a person that wants to take care of you because you find it controlling. And maybe this is why you're reluctant to jump into a connection with them. But there may be something there that you need to work through related to this issue of intimacy as control. At the same time, I do feel that opportunities will continue to come towards you, yeah? Opportunities will continue to flow, and you are advised to say yes to at least one of them. And you have to trust yourself and to trust your intuition that you're going to make the right decision. A deep change is necessary. A shift in your mindset is necessary for you to feel like the sun is warming your back in this world and that you are feeling relaxed and safe in this world, on this planet. Now, I also have here, in terms of your oracle card, we have the ring. Oh, and we also have prosperity. Oh, and we also have air energy, number 4, and the owl. Yeah, okay, like I feel like a lot of you feel that being married and having a spouse, having a partner, having somebody that you can share your resources with, you may believe that this is blocking your capacity to grow, blocking your freedom. Yeah, you don't want to have to answer to anybody. You want to be your own person. You want to be solid and, accomplished on your own. But the thing is, I see here that you are able to create prosperity and live a very beautiful life if you commit to someone. Yeah, the ring is about wealth that comes to you through intimacy. It is about shared assets, shared goods. And yeah, the owl is about finding wisdom and stability. Finding wisdom and stability and understanding that when you are together with somebody, it doesn't necessarily have to feel like a noose is tied around your throat. It can also feel like you're able to achieve more, to do more. Yeah, together is better than apart or alone because you get access to more things. You get another person to help you out. Like, for example, earlier today, I was trying to tie this necklace, yeah? And I have to do it all by myself because I have nobody to help me, yeah? And I'm very good. I've learned throughout time, how to do a lot of things myself, things that sometimes would be easier if somebody would just come and help me tie the necklace while I'm doing something else, like finishing applying my lipstick. So if I had another person to help me with that, it would be easier, I would be more efficient, and I wouldn't take so long to try to see with the eyes of my back, right? But this is how the situation is in my life, and I'm accepting it for what it is. But if you have the opportunity to have somebody come in and help you tie your necklaces and help you, live a good, wealthy, prosperous life, then I would say jump and take it, What would make you feel at home in the world is partnerships. Partnerships that you jump into with trust and with an open mind. Partnerships in which you don't suspect your partners of wanting to take away your life's opportunities, but you allow a person to guide you financially, to help you in material, pragmatic ways, yeah? Partnerships that add to your wealth rather than take it away. And you may be afraid of gender relations. You could see them as a relation between a predator and a prey, because I see here the owl and I see here the mouse, right? And the owl can swoop in at any point and take the mouse and swallow it, yeah? It's winter time, it's cold outside, and the owl could be very hungry, but the owl chooses not to do that. The owl is allowing the little mouse to just scurry along. And I think here it's important to keep in mind that if you are very afraid of domestic violence or other very terrible things that can happen in a marriage or in a committed partnership, I want you to understand also that you too have the capacity to do harm, and that what may make you be afraid of other people can be something that lurks darkly inside of you too. We all have the capacity to harm each other. We all have the capacity to hurt and manipulate each other. So by exploring a little bit your shadow zone, maybe you can face your fears and you can find yourself being in a partnership in which you too feel empowered, and you're not going to put yourself in the position of a prey, because you understand that you're not just prey, you can also become a predator if the situation requires it. Much like the person that you suspect of being a predator can also be, in turn, a prey for somebody else that is bigger, stronger, badder. I hope this makes sense, but it's kind of like understanding the other person's point of view as well, and understanding that whatever you consider evil also has to do with something you see inside of yourself as unacceptable. Yeah, we're all capable of evil, all of us, without exception. So, should I leave you on this note? I do feel that what would make you feel safest in this world is to have some fun in a partnership, to say yes to opportunities. And I see that there is this Taurus, Virgo, or Capricorn of the same age as you who wants to commit to you, but you are reluctant to do so because you are suspecting this person of being a predator, when in reality, if you look with the eyes of the heart and you follow your intuition, you understand that this person is your key to prosperity, to having more of everything. That is basically prosperity. More friends, more families, more opportunities to do things, more space. Yeah, so yeah, because think about it. If you get married to somebody, or if you get a spouse, you can pool your resources together and buy a bigger space. Maybe at the moment you're renting on your own and you have a limited space in which you can exist. But with a spouse, even though you are together with somebody and you have to compromise, there is a larger possibility. You can live in a space that is better, right? And maybe more spacious. Just food for thought, just things that you can consider. But I definitely see that partnership can be benefic for you in this situation. Okay, my mountain crew, thank you kindly for listening. It was a pleasure to create this reading for you, and I'll see you next time.